What's going on, Luke?
What's up, man?
Just wondering, now that you've kind of gotten a little bit more time around these guys, you mentioned the workouts and things like that. What stood out to you at this point in terms of, from an expectation standpoint and all those things?
Yeah, it's been a good last few weeks. Kind of everybody getting back in the city and getting in the gym a little bit. And I mentioned it to somebody upstairs, but going into year 8, which is crazy for me. And every year there's each team kind of some of the players will get together and work out a little bit. But this year kind of feels a little different. It's a just a sense of urgency, I think, from each of the guys, and something different than that I've seen and felt. And I think everybody's really itching to get back out there. Obviously last year wasn't how we expected it to go, but everybody's ready to really lock in, and we're itching to get back out there together.
Hey, Luke. Well, haven't seen you since you had the addition to your family, so that's great. How's that going? And do you feel more settled in here now? And do you think league-wide it's been out of sight, out of mind as far as the Grizzlies are concerned with the rest of the league?
Yeah. Thank you. First off, it's been great. He's getting big. He's about 6 months old now, so it's taken up a lot of the time this summer, but it's been a lot of fun. And so it was a good summer spending time with them. But like you said, with us and the league, for us, we're focused on what we can do one day at a time, and I think that's kind of our mentality is how we're going to approach each day, getting better, being together, and just competing. And I think if we have that approach, that mentality, I think everything will kind of handle itself and kind of figure everything out just by that.
Do you think the league is like, the Grizzlies, everybody was hurt, or they think that it's the same kind of thing coming back, only a 31 team, out of sight, out of mind?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know what the league is kind of thinking about us or really expecting out of us this year. I don't pay attention to a lot of the social media, the rankings or whatever, if anything is really came out or something like that. But I know for us, we know what we can do. We know what we have here, and we expect a lot of big things out of this group this year, and we're excited about it.
You talked about knowing what you have here. Zach Kleiman was saying there's an excitement level of seeing the established players and maybe the players that they've discovered through the process of all those injuries come together and see what it looks like as a whole. Is there any mystery to that, to what that may look like? I mean, you guys may know better than us in those runs, but is there any mystery as to what this will look like when everybody sort of comes together?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like obviously last year we didn't really have, our full group at really, much of the season. Guys were out at the beginning, and just all throughout the year we had stuff going on. But that's why I think, this summer has been so important. The last few weeks have been so important of guys really being back here and wanting to get in the gym together. But yeah, last year it gave a lot of guys opportunity, a lot of guys confidence, and a lot of guys prove what they can do and what they can be, and how they can help our team. So I know some of those young guys, new guys, they're excited to be a part of what this team has built over the last few years, and obviously to get some of our big guys back is real important for us as well. But I think with that's where you kind of trust our coaching staff with stuff like that. How they can integrate certain lineups and roles together. So we trust in those guys. We trust in each other, and I think it'll play out in the end. Yeah, we've added a lot of new faces upstairs and on the court, and it's been great. It's been great getting to know some of those guys and where they came from, what they can do, and it's going to be a great a great thing for us throughout the entire year, and the player development side, and is really going to benefit from what we did this year.
When you look at this second unit that you guys have, even with the injured guys and or whatever, but over the course of your career, when you look at how this group is compiled, you, Brandon Clark, guys averaged double figures before in this league. What is the makings of this bench unit? Like, is this a group that you can see, not only coming into games to hold the lead, but potentially even expanding that lead? Like, what are your thoughts on this second group?
Yeah, I think starters, bench guys, everybody has to feel confident with whoever's out there, and I know we're going to trust our starters to get us going from the jump, and then for most of us, coming off the bench, we got to be one of the best bench units in the league, and I believe with what we have, obviously we have a couple guys that are hurt, but when they're back, I think we can have a real explosive bench, and like you mentioned, we've had guys that are veterans that have been in the league for a while, and some new guys that have really expanded their game from last year, and I'm excited to see what both groups can do, and like I said, we just got to trust one another and be together in that aspect.
Luke in the back, every time we talk to you, you say how much you love this city, and obviously for a guy that's only been here 18 months, you've kind of really found a second home. But when you go on the business side of things, maybe the most surprising thing was that you only signed a one-year deal to come back. When you go into a year where you don't know what's next, kind of like what you did last year, how hard does that make it, not knowing or not getting maybe a 2 or 3 year deal where you can kind of lock in for a longer distance? So when you go into this year knowing it's only, again, a one-year deal, you're kind of repeating what happened last year.
Yeah. And, with all that, it's a long process to kind of go through with the team and, family side, agent side, all that. There's a lot of different things that you have to go through. And ultimately, like you said, we came to a decision and an agreement on what we wanted to do. And I wanted to be here. I mean, that was priority number one. My family loves it here. I love being here ever since I got to Memphis. It was real. Everybody was so supportive and welcoming, and it was easy to transition here. So priority number one was to be in Memphis, and not just because I love the city and the people here, but I see the potential in this team and what they can do. And like I said, going into year 8, like I'm at a point in my career where I want to win, and I think that the opportunity here to win is very high. So, the 1 year, multiple year thing, that's just kind of where we landed. It's not out of the question that, I'm not even really thinking about it right now, but, I would love to still be here after this year. And that's just how I am. And that's, kind of been my mindset going through it is, let's have a good year this year, be healthy and see what happens. And, I had a lot of great upfront, honest conversations with the front office of what we had going this year, and ultimately came down to just a 1 year deal. But I want to be here, and I'm glad we were able to get something done. No, not at all. No.
Luke, to kind of piggyback on that, was it something where you wanted to come to Memphis and then maybe check out the market, or the market dictated what you were going to get and Memphis was able to give that to you so you were able to stay at home? And then you talked about a young team feeling a sense of urgency. You're one of the elder statesmen in the locker room now. How are you going to help them manage that and over 82-game season so they still have that fresh legs at the end of the season?
The first part, I won't really get into like too many details of what went on through it and all that. I mean, my first priority, like I said, was to let them know, let the team know that I wanted to be here, and whatever happened out of that, that's kind of up to them and what we could agree on. So that's kind of just where it landed, and I'm very thankful that this is what happened. And then second part, we do have some young guys, but those young guys have really grown up the last few years since I've been here, and you know, it's crazy that I am sort of a vet on this team. To say that is wild, but at the same time, just being a leader, being vocal. I want to be more vocal this year. Just getting more comfortable with everybody and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, everybody, like I said, is excited, and they're really itching to get back out there together.
All right, a little history lesson real quick. In 2008, Juan Carlos Navarro set the Grizzlies record for reserve, 156 made three-pointers. Can Luke Kennard break that record this season?
156. What would you say? 156. Two a game. We can do that. We can do that. That's still the record. 156 threes for reserve. Okay. Ooh, we can do that. Yes, that's a goal. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah. By Christmas, yeah.
Yeah, he was known as La Bamba. Played with Pau in Spain. So what? When you get out there, first of all, how did you tell us about how you developed your technique to shoot the ball that you, as well as you've done over the years, and what is it like for you when you go out there and you hear the fans when you get the ball and you're open and you hear the crowd going, Luke, you know what's coming? How does that feel for you, and does that give you extra motivation to let it fly?
Yeah. So the first part, I mean, my dad would get mad if I didn't give him a little credit. He taught me kind of how to shoot. He played ball growing up and played NAIA ball back in his day. But no, a lot of credit to my dad. He really taught me a lot about shooting the ball, and then just since being in the league, picking minds of different coaches, shooting coaches, players, older players, just learning a lot. I watch a lot of different guys, old tape, you know, new guys on TV now. And just there's a lot of different things that go into it, creating a lot of space, getting your shot off quick, extending your range is something that I tried to do a little bit this summer. So, yeah, and just continuing to be consistent in form and stuff is always big for me. So, and then the second part, wait, what was the second part? I'm sorry.
When you're open and you hear the fans.
Oh, yeah. No, that's, yeah. It's pretty cool. I mean, it kind of happened since I got traded here. You know, the first couple games after I hit a couple, they started to do it a little bit. So it's exciting. And that's just another reason why I love it here. The fans are great. They love basketball. They love Memphis basketball, and it's fun to be a part of. All right, thank you. Thanks.